of 3 semifinals in the 200 meters. There are the championship and collegiate records. Same qualifying as in all lane races. The first 2 across the line automatically qualifying, then the 3 fastest time over the 3 semifinals. This is Dorian Campbell, the junior from LSU. He will start in lane 4.
Dorian Campbell was 3rd at SEC champs in the 100 and the 200. And if you've noticed, a lot of these results, a lot of these guys have not necessarily been winning their conference championships, but they've been peaking at the right time, and that's why he's here competing in the 200 at NCAAs.
Keep an eye on lane 7 as well. This is a freshman, Udode Onwuzurike from Stanford.
On the inside, Alaba Akintola moving well. He did not qualify in the 100 meters. But it looks like Onwuzurike of Stanford being challenged by Eric Harrison of Ohio State, but Onwuzurike is going to hold him off. No, it is Eric Harrison of Ohio State, the senior from Trinidad and Tobago, winning the heat, but Onwuzurike, the freshman from Stanford in Nigeria, getting the second automatic qualifier into a .3 headwind, barely noticeable. Robert Gregory of TCU ending up 3rd in 2034.
Yeah, Eric Harrison from Ohio State trying to let everybody know I'm here too, guys. I swept the 100 and 200 at the Big Ten Outdoor Championships this year. Don't ever count me out. And man, did he do a nice job slingshotting himself off the curve into the straight. As you see, he's there in 3rd place and finds a way to just keep driving and hold his speed all the way through the finish. Man, nice run.
He had a little lane trouble there as he made the turn. You can see he had to make an adjustment, but once he got on the straight, then he was really able to bear down on Onwuzurike just to his outside. But he picked a fantastic time to have a all-time personal best.
Lifetime best for Harrison in first at 2018. Onwuzurike, the freshman, finishing 2nd, automatically qualifying, and Robert Gregory and Evan Miller of Southern Cal got to sit back and wait and see what happens in these next 2 semifinal heats with times. In heat, we're looking at Courtney Lindsay, the junior from Texas Tech, in 6th, and then Javante Harding coming back from qualifying in the 100 meters. He will be outside in lane 7.
Let's also pay attention to Sean Maswangani from Houston. We saw him, not really run the 100 as best as he wanted to in 10:15, but he's a big, long-limbed sprinter, kind of like the Usain Bolt build. And this 200 speaks exactly to his talent.
Also ran a leg on the relay for Houston. Lindsay in 6, Harding in 7, Maswangani in 8. Pretty even early on. Javante Harding with Courtney Lindsay right there. Now here comes Maswangani. But it is Javante Harding who just shifts gears. Maswangani hangs on for 2nd, but Harding just went into overdrive with about 40 meters remaining. 1998 for the North Carolina A&T sophomore, with only a slight trailing wind of 0.4 meters per second. Hardly a zephyr.
Dwight, if you're going to throw on them shades like Jeremy Warner, you better run like him too. And he came out here running 1996. He learned his lesson from the 100 where he didn't have a great start, but he always knows that in the 200-meter dash, it's how you finish. And boy, did he pick up the pace with about 30 meters left, letting the rest of the field understand that, listen, it doesn't matter how tall I am, you're going to have some problems with me in this final.
Well, Dwayne Ross said this guy is a prime-time player. He loves the spotlight. He loves to be out there when the biggest lights are on. I was a little worried about him coming around that turn, man. He was really close to the line. Let's just hope that no yellow flags went. He's the NCAA indoor champion in the 200 meters.
All right, well, this is the heat that I've been looking forward to. Because, again, there's only 2 automatic qualifiers out of these lane race heats, and this one is stacked. Micaiah Harris of Texas, the senior, will be out in lane 7 as they're getting their block set. Joseph Fambele, who had an incredible close in the relay and in the 100, is in lane 6. And Matthew Bowling, who snuck in as the last qualifier in the 100 will be out in lane 8. Somebody really good is going to have to hope that they get through on a time qualifier as we look at Micaiah Harris, the senior for the Longhorns.
Yeah, Micaiah Harris did the double at the Big 12's 100 and the 200. All these guys are extremely accomplished. Talk about Joseph Fahnbulleh. I call him Mr. Closing Speed, and this is this is definitely his best event, allowing him to spread his wings and fly and come down that last 100 meters of the 200 and really, chop guys up from 10, 15, 20 meters back. And then, of course, there's Matthew Boling, right? Highly publicized sprinter. This guy, he's got to learn to relax, but when he gets going, this 200-meter dash is where he can be really, really dangerous.
Fahnbulleh, not only the collegiate leader, he's the defending champion, and he was an Olympic finalist in Tokyo. There is Matthew Boling. Sub-10, sub-20.
Carol Smith-Gilbert, new head coach at the University of Georgia, she said, this young man does absolutely everything to be prepared for moments like this, whether it's nutrition, sleep, mental training. He takes care of all the little details so that he can be at his absolute best. And they've really been working on his relaxation. They've been working on coming off that turn, letting your jaw and your neckline just loosen up a little bit. We saw that change at the SEC Championships. Being out there in lane 8, not ideal, but there is somebody in lane 9, so he's not the last one in line out there.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal. And talking to his coach, you got to be honest. This Matthew Boling is like the Eminem of track and field. He's a trailblazer. He's out there having the ability to go out and show all the kids out there that just because whatever color your skin is, it doesn't mean that you can't be a sprinter. And he has been one of the best in the world over the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, he was a high school phenom, ran a windy sub-10-second time when he was in high school, highly recruited, stayed at Georgia even after Petros Kyprianou left, and has found in Coach Carroll someone who can really understand what he needs to do to improve. Here's Micaiah Harris, lane 7. He'll have Boling to chase, a little bit of an advantage there. And then Fahnbulleh, the Olympic finalist, defending champion and co-collegiate leader, gets to watch both of them from lane 6. And he may hurt the ground in lane 6 coming up that straightaway. So early on, it is Boling making up the stagger on Tarsis Orogat of Alabama. Micaiah Harris right there. David Dunlap of Northern Arizona. Now here comes Joseph Fahnbulleh, the defending champion. It's Fahnbulleh, and it's going to be Boling getting the second and automatic qualifying position. Micaiah Harris finishing 3rd. Fahnbulleh 2010 with the wind into just a slight 0.1 headwind. He certainly didn't feel it. Boling 2nd at 2024, Micaiah Harris 2028.
Yeah, you see Joseph Fahnbulleh coming to the last 100, 4th, 5th place, but he's just out there running like a gazelle, super calm, relaxed. He knows that he is going to slow down essentially a lot slower than everyone else in the race. He's big, strong, physical runner. Just a great run by him, very relaxed. You see them breathing, just not tensed face like Matthew Boling is there at the end. But listen, at this point in time, you just got to run if you're Matthew Boling and try to do the best you can to run under 20 seconds because that's what's going to take to win this race in the final.
Well, the bubble was 20:35 going into this final heat. Fahnbulleh at 20:10 wins it. Matthew Boling through on automatic 2nd place. Micaiah Harris will get through on time. Let's take a look at the advancers to finals. It took 20:32 out of Tarsis Orogat, who was in that final heat along with Harris. So 2 of the 3 time qualifiers came from that 3rd semifinal.